Bro, he got hit with a bomb.
The day after I woke up and told my wife, why did I do that? I don't know. I just don't know what the hell goes on.
Is it true that you made $170 million from this fight? I made a lot of money, the most money I've made ever.
I gave him a chance, and that's all one needs is just a chance.
Mike Tyson and Anthony Joshua just sent shockwaves through the boxing world, and not the mild kind. This was full-on seismic. What's unfolding right now feels unstoppable, like a runaway train with no brakes. Their explosive claims tied to Jake Paul and an alleged $5 million bribery situation have fans and fighters reeling. And honestly, no one expected it to hit this hard. What's starting to surface is far darker than anyone imagined. And yes, way darker. It's forcing people to rethink boxing entirely, not just as entertainment, but as a real sport with integrity on the line. This isn't surface-level drama. This is a live, real-time shift in boxing's reputation, and it's happening right in front of us.
Called out Anthony Joshua just makes the whole sport look ridiculous. Gets them more attention.
That night,
even after the boxing landscape had already started to change, a short gym clip of Mike Tyson leaked online, and the words he dropped landed harder than any punch from his prime. This sport used to mean something. Now it's being bought. That wasn't said for clicks. That wasn't PR. That was raw disgust. You could hear it in his voice, feel the frustration behind every word. Anyone who truly listened knew instantly this was serious. This wasn't some retired fighter whining about the past. This was Iron Mike, a man who's seen boxing from every angle, saying the system is broken. And when someone like Tyson says that, it carries serious weight, massive weight.
Oh no, I don't remember the fight that much. I kind of blanked out a little.
Sir, did you watch it back or anything or no?
I will watch the fight. No, I have not. Coming back from the first round, and then the next thing I remember Jake is doing some kind of, I don't know.
The reaction was immediate, like a fire racing through dry grass. Fans started asking the question no one wanted to face, the kind of question that makes your stomach sink. What if the fights people paid for, stayed up late for, spent hundreds on, weren't as real as they thought? What if behind the gloves, cameras, and hype, deals were being made, money trails hidden, and outcomes quietly shaped before the bell ever rang? That single thought shook boxing to its core, because once doubt creeps in, everything becomes questionable. Every knockout, every decision, every underdog story. Nothing feels untouchable anymore.
Amateur coming into the game with no experience, he's taken on some good names. They may be old, they may be from different combats in terms of MMA and so on, but he's got in the ring at a decent level, fought Tommy Fury.
Then, less than 24 hours later, things escalated fast. The shock doubled, maybe even tripled. Anthony Joshua spoke during a training session, and what he said echoed Tyson, almost word for word. And that's wild, considering they come from completely different eras. People are being paid to play roles. 7 words that sent electricity through the sport. 2 giants, 2 legends, 2 totally different paths pointing at the same issue. That's not coincidence, that's confirmation. The tension in that exchange showed just how serious this had become. These aren't men who speak recklessly. When both say something's wrong, you better believe it is.
Listen, I wouldn't have realized any of it if it went 3 minutes around. I didn't realize it.
Tyson isn't just another retired name doing meet and greets. He's forged from brutal gyms, broken bones, and an era where boxing was about survival, not branding deals or Instagram reach. He came up when losing meant everything, and respect was earned in blood, not marketing budgets. Joshua, meanwhile, represents the modern blueprint. Discipline, elite sponsorships, a spotless public image brands adore. He did everything right in today's boxing economy. So when that guy, with that much to lose, breaks his silence, it signals something has already spun out of control. Joshua didn't name names. He didn't have to. The message landed loud and clear. Boxing had shifted from skill and heart to clicks, buzz, and numbers that please promoters. That transformation from sport to spectacle is exactly where the modern boxing machine comes in.
Really not trying to like be tough or something. It didn't feel.
You trying to
that
be a
at all.
tough guy or something?
I didn't even feel a single thing.
How?
Not even like, oh my God, that hurt. Like my skin, like the impact.
Jake Paul's rise has been fast, meteoric honestly, and deeply confusing for traditional boxing fans. A YouTuber becoming a main event draw in just a few years doesn't sit right with people who watched fighters grind for decades. Yet, here we are. His events pull millions of views, sell out arenas once reserved for title fights, and generate massive pay-per-view numbers. Public reports suggest some events crossed 800,000 buys, which is insane. That's more than many legitimate world title fights from lifelong champions. Let that sink in. A former YouTuber outdrawing elite professionals. That alone says everything about where boxing stands today.
Yeah, like put up a better fight so then I could have like risen more and done more. And like he was surviving.
He was.
So
annoying.
that was the only thing I didn't like.
So annoying when they don't bring the fight to you.
Yeah.
So the question won't go away. How did this happen so fast? Promoters, quietly and off the record, have described the scene as a social media fight factory. In this world, clicks beat skill. Narrative beats technique. The story matters more than the scorecards. Heroes and villains are chosen early, based on engagement potential, not boxing ability. The rest is about dragging audiences from press conference to press conference until fight night. Cooperation now beats competition. Fighters aren't just athletes, they're characters, playing roles written for them. The viral clip matters more than a clean technical win. Boxing didn't collapse overnight. It was slowly replaced by viral culture, metrics, and algorithm-driven decisions.
Yeah, there are, but it's all about on the night. The levels that I carried last year and the year before and the year after that will not win me this fight. What will win me this fight is performing on the night, and I have to respect my opponent.
Then come the most unsettling claims, the ones that even skeptics can't ignore. Industry insiders talk about something called appearance incentives, and this part matters. Not bonuses for winning, not rewards for performance, just money for showing up and playing a role. Contracts that reward headlines instead of results. Paperwork focused on engagement, not scorecards. There's also serious talk of silence clauses and heavy pressure to sign NDAs. Fighters are allegedly warned to stay quiet about what they see backstage. Speak up and doors slam shut. Opportunities disappear. Careers stall out. So many choose silence over survival, swallowing what they know because telling the truth costs everything.
I've never gone in there and knocked someone out within 10 seconds. There's a methodical process to knocking someone out. But if the opportunity presents itself, I'm not planning on carrying Jake for 1 second more than I have to.
And here's the crucial distinction. These claims aren't about outright match fixing. They're about something subtler and arguably more dangerous, controlling the narrative, shaping how fights are sold, how opponents act during promotion, who fans love, and who they pay to see lose. It's manufactured drama, engineered conflict, and choreography everywhere except the punches. That's why what Tyson and Joshua did next rattled the industry and made powerful people very uncomfortable.
I want to fight Anthony Joshua exclusive because I know that I will beat Anthony Joshua.
They met privately at a Vegas gym, far from cameras and headlines. No managers, no press, just two men who know real boxing. According to sources close to the situation, the conversation was intense and brutally honest. They talked integrity, manipulation, and whether boxing was still recognizable. When they walked out, something had shifted. A decision was made. Joshua said it plainly. "I'm done pretending this is normal." Tyson followed with words heavy with legacy. "Fans deserve to know when something's real." That said it all. This wasn't jealousy, not bitterness. It was conscience refusing to stay silent while something they love is being hollowed out. And the timing? Catastrophic for Jake Paul's camp. Normally, he responds instantly. Social media is his battlefield. This time, silence. No posts, no videos, nothing. And in boxing, silence is never accidental. Meanwhile, fighters across divisions quietly showed support. Likes, shares, subtle comments. No one said everything out loud, but everyone understood. The message was clear. The code had been spoken.
Bro, he got hit with a bomb.
Boxing now stands at a real crossroads, a fork that could decide its future for generations. Old school grit versus the new machine. Integrity versus influence. Skill versus storyline. Respect versus reach. Tradition versus modern metrics. Tyson and Joshua didn't wake up wanting to lead a revolution. This responsibility was shoved onto them by a system they barely recognize, a sport that looks nothing like the one they entered. And if even part of these claims is true, if even a fraction can be verified, the fallout will be massive. Fans' trust could collapse. Sponsors will rethink deals and demand transparency they ignored for years. Fighters will question whether their achievements were real or scripted. Regulators long asleep might finally act. This influencer-driven fight economy, built on storylines and social metrics, cannot survive real scrutiny. And this isn't just about Jake Paul anymore, though he's become the face of it. It's about whether boxing stays a legitimate sport or becomes pure entertainment, scripted like any TV show. The storm is already here. Once legends stop covering for the system, nothing stays hidden. Truth has a way of coming out.
Not a casual, relaxed fight where you can kind of move around and get your groove and he's going to stay on the outside and you're going to... No, it's just constant. He survived that guy twice. He survived, in my opinion, the most skillful heavyweight of all time. Twice. And you're going to go boxing? And the toughest guy you fought before was 40 years old Anderson Silva? Those the toughest guys so far you fought?
What made
Then came the strangest part. Or rather, what didn't happen. Jake Paul, normally the fastest gun in the fight controversy game, went silent. This is the guy who thrives on drama, sniffing it out from miles away, ready to fire off tweets, videos, interviews, instant chaos. But this time, nothing. No tweets, no angry clips, no pressers, no live rants. Just silence. And not the taking a day off kind. The kind that makes rooms shift uncomfortably. People check their phones constantly, waiting for the explosion that never comes. When someone who built a brand on noise suddenly goes quiet, the absence is deafening. Within hours, the boxing world noticed. Commentators paused mid-broadcast. Fans refreshed his accounts obsessively. Rival fighters held their breath. The silence became the story, and everyone reading it understood. Damage control. No safe words to say? Then say nothing. That silence alone spoke volumes about the validity of these claims.
Counter right. There's the right hand. Jake Paul goes down again. Man, he's tired. He needs to keep moving them feet like he was in the early rounds, but it's hard to do that. Right uppercut. It's amazing.
While Jake's camp stayed in the shadows, something else quietly emerged online. Fighters from different weight classes, promotions, even countries began signaling support for Tyson and Joshua. Not with grand statements or pressers, but subtle nods, likes, reposts, short comments like real, facts, or about time. The boxing equivalent of a nod across the room, a message only insiders truly understand. And that's when the split became obvious. The sport had officially divided into two worlds, two completely different ecosystems coexisting in the same ring.
Instead of processing feedback or acknowledging his flaws, the deluded person protects their ego by attacking the source of the criticism.
And you versus going to the gym, you're still a fat?
By labeling all the criticism he receives about his lackluster opponents as merely hate.
On one side stood the old
blood. Fighters forged in real gyms, molded by discipline and sacrifice. Early morning runs, broken ribs fought through, coaches who never gave false praise. Careers built on sweat and mastery, not followers or subscribers. Fighters who paid their dues in amateur systems, often for small or no purses, dedicating their entire lives to the craft. On the other side, the new machine, influencer boxing and the viral hype engine, contracts tied to algorithms and social metrics, fights booked for clicks instead of rankings, press conferences that feel like comedy shows, entertainment spectacles where the actual boxing is almost secondary, sold like movie trailers, complete with manufactured drama and staged beef.
It's going to make him more dangerous. He's going to be terrifying, and he's going to have a lot to prove. He's going to be very angry that Jake Paul wants to fight him. Very upset that this YouTuber who's fought Tommy Fury, who's a legit boxer, and, you know, a couple other guys that were legit boxers. That's it.
And make no mistake, this isn't just old school versus new school style. It's a fundamental clash of values. Integrity versus influence, skill versus storyline, respect versus reach. One side believes boxing is sacred, something to preserve. The other sees it as content, raw material to package and sell. What makes this so explosive? Both sides make massive money. Traditional boxing still works financially, and the influencer model often works even better, pulling numbers old school promoters never dreamed of. That's why everyone's watching. When money and philosophy collide, both rewarded financially, something has to give. And in this case, what might break first is boxing itself, its structure, its credibility, its soul.
Oh no, I don't remember the fight that much. I kind of blanked out a little. Listen, know what I remember? Coming back from the first round, and then the next day I remember Jacob doing some kind of, I don't know, what was he doing at the ring?
If even half of these insider claims are true, if even a fraction can be verified, the fallout will be brutal. Careers destroyed, legacies shattered. Fans will lose trust, and once that trust is gone, it's nearly impossible to get back. Wins seem meaningless, belts don't matter. Pay-per-views collapse because fans won't pay for a sport they suspect is manufactured. Sponsors will ask uncomfortable questions. Contracts will be re-examined, clauses rewritten for transparency. Brands fear losing credibility more than money. Being linked to scandal can haunt a name forever.
In the sense that the job we do, knockouts is like the cherry on top. I understand.
All of this entire mess threatening to tear boxing apart, started because two legends decided they couldn't pretend anymore. That's why people say this isn't about Jake Paul, though he's the symbol. He's the face of a bigger issue, the future of the sport itself. Boxing at a crossroads, legitimate competition or content machine, skill and dedication or followers and viral clips, champions earned or promoted. Tyson and Joshua didn't ask to carry this weight, but history chooses its messengers. Right now, the sport teeters on the edge, staring down two futures: pure spectacle or authentic competition. Their courage has sparked a storm. More voices, more stories, more investigations are coming. This is bigger than drama. This is boxing deciding whether it survives or becomes something else entirely.